Aloha mai kākau, a Komamai curtain call, a program of reviews, previews, interviews, and features of and or with the great art and artists on Maui and beyond. I'm Paul James Brown. Art Maui has morphed into a biennial juried exhibition sponsored by the Maui Arts and Cultural Center. According to a story in Maui Now, it will have its inaugural show in July. That leaves the Noʻeau Visual Arts Center's Juried show as the only annual show for Maui artists to show their work in a competitive exhibition. This year, the juror was the esteemed executive director of Hawaii Contemporary Home of the Hawaii Triennial, Rosina Potter. She was a Maui resident since 2004 and recently relocated to Honolulu. There were 307 submissions, and she selected 75 pieces from 60 artists. Her Jurors Choice was this oil on linen by Seychelle Day. In her juror's walkthrough, she cited this work as one that, after she juried it, couldn't stop thinking about. It evoked a profound emotional response in her. Her honorable mention was this piece by Elaine Wender, entitled Ule'i. It is cultivated ule'i branches, hog casings, with cochineal dye. This is a depiction of the fruit of the ule'i, or u'ule'i. It is pronounced as if there were an okina at the end, according to the Hawaiian Trail and Mountain Corp website. It is in the rose family, and its fruit is both decorative and edible. I saw the show after the special members purchase night and opening night. I was impressed with how many works had been snapped up. This work, oil, charcoal, and pencil on board, entitled A Day at the Beach by 2020 honorable mention artist Larry Burko, is going into some Lucky Hui members' collection. Mr. Burko consistently puts forth challenging, unique, and masterful work. In show after show, his work always stands out. This piece captures the fun and beauty of our favorite place to space. The placement of the beach ball makes it look as if it is in motion. The ghostly figures in the foreground deliver the mystery that accompanies every work by Mr. Burko, and finally he captures the colors we all know so well of the sand and sea. The sea is an eternal inspiration for so many artists the world over. There are few artists who are able to capture its power, beauty, and most importantly, translucency, as well as Deb Lynch. This oil painting called When Dreams Become Reality Part 2 is another example by this great artist who dots all the I's and crosses all the T's of those criteria. Look at the light. This is a dark and stormy night. A full moon peeks from behind a black cloud, and see how it illuminates the wave. It is breathtakingly masterful, and this one will be in someone's collection as well. We are so blessed to have such wonderful artists among us. Now we come to Julie Hauk, who is one of the few artists to have more than one piece in this show. She has 3, the only one. 2 are oils of her well-known impressionistic explorations of light. This is When the Morning Comes. As waves are Ms. Lynch's muse, Ms. Hauk's is the infinite variety and enigma of the sky and its light on the land and sea. This one, entitled Into the Light, adds surrealism to impressionism. This image has haunted me. I see the light, but I cannot see where it is coming from. There is no puka through which it could slip. The light is always there. All you have to do is look for it, and light is what art is all about. And there aren't many who do it as well as Ms. Hauk. Her third work is this intaglio called Constellation. It is a small work, but like the infinite nature of the universe, its complexity and variety of textures needs to be examined closely to see the work she did on the plate. Then there is this bright light off-center that transforms the print from 2 dimensions to 3. Over the mantel in the main gallery is this acrylic and oil Where the Water Breaks Its Silence by Stephanie Sachs, who is known for her abstract color explorations. So this work, which is representational and impressionistic, is a radical departure for her, and she has successfully made acrylics and oils look like watercolors. No mean feat. Speaking of watercolors, Sherry McNertney is one of the finest exponents of Dick Nelson's revolutionary tri-hue system. Here is her emergent light. The subtlety of shades and tones that deepens and transforms cause this work to leap off the wall. Linda Whittemore is known more for her magnificent monoprints, but here is an oil painting entitled Energies and Forces, Pele. That combines the form of the best of her monoprints with a painting that is so incandescent one is hesitant to get too close, lest one risk third-degree burns. On the opposite end of the heat spectrum is She Swims, an oil painting by abstract impasto master Lori Kaprowski. It almost looks like images created on snow or ice. Ms. Kaprowski has a groove, which is singularly identifiable as she and she alone. In the three-dimensional realm, there are several standout works besides the Elaine Wender. At the head is this magnificent blown glass egg by Julia Cordy. Entitled Dusky Cloud, it looks like gasoline on water in bright sunlight. The depth of the piece is mesmerizing. Tim Garcia, one of our finest sculptors, is known more for stonework, but here is an Ohia piece entitled Ikigai, which is Japanese for that which gives life worth meaning or purpose. It is a work that will cause one to ponder. Now we come to wearable 3D art, also known as jewelry. This stunning sterling silver necklace by Ray Kelso features a Mabe pearl. According to the Ross & Simons website, a Mabe pearl is grown against the inside of the Mabe guide shell. This allows the Mabe pearl to develop a dome shape with a flat back, perfect for mounting. This piece was sold, so look for it at the galas coming up. Then this is Barkley Hill's 18-karat gold ring Eagle Flyer. It depicts a figure sitting on the head of the eagle and driving it. This could be a lethal weapon as well as a ravishing ring. Finally, this is Roberta Ann Weissenberg's fine silver and sapphire ring that depicts dewdrops on leaves. The texture is high quality and will elicit inquiries as to obtaining permission to touch it. Elizabeth Keller is represented in the State Foundation collection, and she is consistently exhibited in virtually every show she enters. That is understandable, because she creates hyperrealism that borders on surrealistic. This watercolor of Bagasse House at the Pu'unene Mill has details such as rusted holes in the gable end of the roof, and look at the perspective. She transforms the mundane into miraculously intriguing. An artist who has been too long absent from exhibiting, Ed Lane, has given us this mixed media acrylic, charcoal, and oil Where It Began, which is his depiction of Hawaii's native habitat that unfortunately has been supplanted by introduced invasives. There are many notable works in this show I wish I had time to talk about, including but not limited to Don Burns' house Untitled Inc., this wonderful depiction of what looks like Lower Manhattan in the evening prior to 9/11 by Don Shamblin called After the Fog, Connect, a ceramic by Nancy David, Beth Cooper's Limu Dancing Full Moon, Eve Adams' ceramic vessel In the Clouds, Greg Kaplan's mixed media Lele Boo, Judy Biscard's collage, Gunnar Turnbull's Ohia depiction of Lehua, Jim Pollin's entrancing etching on silk with 23-karat gold leaf, island mist, Lolly Groth's dry points, field, and landfall, and finally Donna Zarbin Burns' unusual mixed media photo watercolor and ink, tiny vertical diptych, A Place is a Story. The 2003 annual Juried exhibition at the Hui Noʻeau Visual Arts Center, 2841 Baldwin Avenue, Makawao, continues Tuesday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. until February 17th. Mahalo to the show sponsors Doug and Madeline Callahan, Susan O'Shaughnessy and Brian Luther, and Carolyn Schaefer. And kudos to Josephine Bergil Gentile and Roberta Ann Weisenberg for a beautiful installation. This is a very strong show. Don't miss it. Well, that's Curtain Call for this week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Paul James Brown. Ahui ho.